Federal ministers, including the Justice Minister David Lametti, the Public Safety Minister Marco Mendicino, as well as top stakeholders from British Columbia, are talking about toughening up Canada's bail system. It comes as premiers, the Conservatives, law enforcement leaders are demanding more restrictions. They say the bail system in its current state doesn't work, and too many people, dangerous people, are cycling in and out of the justice system too easily.
Black people, racialized people, and marginalized people in our criminal justice system. Bail is a constitutional right, but it is not absolute. Our laws are clear that bail can be denied where there is just cause, when it is necessary for the safety of the public or to maintain the public's confidence in the administration of justice. We all know that public confidence in our criminal justice system has been affected by recent events. I hope our work today will help to reverse that trend. It is important for Canadians to see ministers of different political stripes coming together to deal with our collective challenges. Nous sommes convaincus que la collaboration entre tous les ordres du gouvernement.
We are convinced that collaboration between all levels of government, as well as national Indigenous organizations, municipalities, and police services, as well as services for processing, will allow us to ensure a better bail system and ensure that Canadians are kept safe and respect the Canadian Charter of Rights. There's still a lot of work to be done in order to follow through on the commitments that we have made today. I'm thrilled with the perspective of continuing on our mission.
Counterparts, again, for their proactive work and their focus on this issue. Together, we can make tangible changes that will keep our communities safe. Thank you. Merci. Over to Minister Mendicino for a few words.
Merci, David. Pas beaucoup de choses d'ajouter.
Thank you, David. I don't have a lot to add. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your leadership on this issue. Thank you for a fruitful discussion today.
I'd also like to thank all of our provincial and territorial colleagues who participated in the discussion today. I think it's very important that Canadians see that governments of every stripe, at every level of government, are working together constructively to keep our communities safe. This special ad hoc meeting of the federal, provincial, territorial was called and convened by David Lametti and I for the purposes of coming together in the aftermath of a spate of violence that we have seen across the country. David, you mentioned Officer Pershala, an OPP officer who lost his life in the line of duty a number of months ago. I attended his funeral. I've attended the funerals of a number of other officers who lost their lives as a result of violence. It's also important to note that we see violence in Indigenous communities and rural communities right across the country, and there is a common cause amongst all of us to address that with, I think, the kind of thoughtful discussion that we've had around making some important amendments to the criminal code to address some of the challenges in our bail system so that we can be sure that we are putting an emphasis of investing the resources that are necessary to address those serious, repeat, violent offenders who do pose an ongoing risk to community and public safety. And I think, as you heard David say today, we had a very constructive discussion in that regard. We also talked about some of the other non-legislative options that we work on every single day. And I want to highlight the very strong and positive degree of collaboration between our officials and our departments, and some of the opportunities that lie on the short-term horizon, I think, will allow us, again, to work to be sure that frontline police officers and other professionals who work in the space of keeping our communities safe will not only be able to bring those to justice, but also to prevent crime. And that was really the last thing that we spoke about today, which is addressing some of the social determinants, the root causes around barriers to getting the proper access to health care and mental health care, which can sometimes lead to violence, tragedy, and loss. So on the whole, I would say a very constructive, a very productive meeting today. There's obviously still some work to be done. You've heard Minister Lametti talk about the path forward. But again, I just want to say in conclusion that this is exactly the way I think Canadians expect us to work, which is in a collaborative way to keep our community safe. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. It's so great to be here today and to stand up here with my colleagues from across the province and across the country, Minister Lametti and Mr. Mendicino. We came here this morning as leaders from across this country with a common cause, and that is to try to improve the safety in our communities, particularly with bail reform around repeat violent offenders. And what we heard from the federal government is a clear commitment to make those legislative changes to the criminal code as early as this spring. And we're really looking forward to that. What we also heard was a commitment to work together for the non-legislative changes that we know we need to support each province on. I heard a lot of examples from leaders across this province of great initiatives that they're working on to help with the impacts of violent crime in their communities. It was a great sharing of ideas, but also a real strong sign of support from the federal government for supporting those initiatives and programs.